So I did not think I'd be reacting to this. I am surprised. I am shocked. Milk74, YouTube podcaster who does reactions, did the unthinkable, did what he said he would never do, which is go on the No Jumper podcast. The same podcast that has been clowning him, that has been scheming against him allegedly, that has started all kinds of beefs. The same one that has a host, Adam22, who he claimed he wanted to fight. The same one that had all of his enemies on, like Crip Mac, China Mac, etc. And after he just told us that he would not ever go on that podcast, this whole thing about how they wanted me to go on, but I'm not going on. I'm not messing with them. They tried to set me up, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden, bing, it's a surprise debut. Like, honestly, he's starting to look like a sellout. If they have another beef that follows after this, I can't. Let's go ahead and react to this. I can't believe this.
No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world, and they said it couldn't be done, but somehow Flacco has brought perhaps the most dangerous man in Los Angeles. At least
the main reason why I started following the whole Milk versus Adam22 thing is it's kind of obvious Adam22 is a psychopath. He's even alluded to it himself or called himself that. Like, he's a psychopath. And so when Milk was calling out the exploitation and the different stuff that he disagreed with that Adam would do, like, that content really resonated with me. But now that, although he calls him the enemy, now they're here, like, okay, let's see this. Let's see what happens.
to some people, to people who don't want to be reacted to.
Yes.
The one and only Milk74 is in the building. How you doing, Milk?
I'm good. I'm groovy. Groovy like a good movie.
Sell out.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm groovy like a good movie.
We got the
no
McLaren
complaints.
merch.
Yeah.
I like that. Keeping it high end.
Keeping it simple.
I like that. But, okay, what?
This is like the worst Milk has ever looked. Like, he looks like he just rolled out of bed. Like, what the F? Like, he didn't even put on a clean, fresh shirt, an iron shirt. Braids are messed up, unshaven. Like, okay, whatever. Let's see. I already don't like the vibe. I already don't like this.
What made you decide that now was the time to make your return after, I think, like 4 years?
I begged him to come.
You begged.
That's not what
didn't know
You
you-
asked me a few times.
Okay. And I had mentioned that I was open to it on the Whack podcast as well.
I seen that, but before.
Do you guys notice the rapport, though? Like, hell nah. Hell nah. Adam22 and Milk have a rapport as if they've been talking on the phone, as if they've worked things out, as if they've schemed up together and said, all right, here's how we're going to get these views. What we got to do is, like, they have that sort of vibe, and it's just like, don't play the audience, yo. Like, don't. Like, no.
For that, I mean, he had hit me up in my DM like a few months ago, maybe.
Yeah.
I was like, you want to come? I was like, I don't know. But I was thinking about it. I wasn't like it wasn't out of the discussion.
Right.
It just, I don't know, I thought about it. And then when he asked me this time, I was like, why not?
What?
No reason not to.
A compelling narrative that I imagine a lot of people are going to latch onto would be the idea that an enemy of my enemy is a friend of mine.
Yeah, I mean, that play a part too. Yeah, I mean, it's the art of war.
Yeah, they're laughing because they know all this is BS. That's why they're laughing.
Yeah, you can't let them breathe. You don't supposed to let your opposition breathe.
Right.
Yeah,
But
but
I
I
mean-
mean that play a part, Loki.
You were on Back on Fig, what, like a couple months ago? And then what was it that made you decide that you were over that relationship?
They interviewed the Gilligan who lied about pulling up to my house.
Right,
with
the
Gilligan
shooter
face.
situation, right.
Yeah, they interviewed him and I had just left like the prior week. People think I just go at people.
That seems very suspicious that, and I didn't even know he ended it with Back on Fig. So basically he ended it with Back on Fig, which is a rival basically to Adam, because that consists of the staff that Adam fired or that quit on Adam because of mistreatment. But now it's announced that Milk has ended his relationship with them and now he has the No Jumper interview. Like, this seems set up so far. Very set up.
For no reason. I didn't go at them for no reason. It's been a lot of snake type of activity in my eyes, and I just don't want to be a part of it. But that was the last straw that broke.
The fact that he's even telling this to Adam, that he thinks they're snakes, and he has called Adam every negative thing you could possibly think of. Dude, this guy, man, dude, it's just reeking a sellout, can't be trusted. Like, oh man. Mm-mm.
Camel's back. I'm like, if I just left, why would you turn around and interview him for no reason? But just to talk about him saying he put up to my house with no evidence, no proof, no nothing to back up these claims.
Because that's what they always accuse me of doing. It's like I interview somebody and then interview somebody who doesn't f with them or whatever. I was totally taken by surprise when G-Face busted out that story about going to your crib. Can we get you?
I don't like Adam's vibe. I don't like Melk's vibe right now. Like, just, I don't know, man. Like, something just seems off.
Your version of that story?
It's no version because nothing happened. Honestly, you think, okay, let's just, if somebody that don't like me from a reaction that I did catch me and they act like he act, where is the violence? You didn't do nothing? You didn't record me? Nothing happened? Just bullshit.
And like, I know G-Face, and the idea that G-Face would turn down the opportunity to get a video clip of kicking on the door and screaming at Milk through the door, like, for sure, that was the biggest problem I had with the story. Is like, if that happened, he would capture it and he would put it on Instagram. That shit would be viral as we all know it.
He would have had way more interviews besides this one to go talk about it on, right?
I mean, I think a lot of people were kind of skeptical just because it seemed like there's usually proof in this day and age.
It's been situations where people, like, I remember I was at one apartment and a TMZ Crip recorded me from like 10 feet back and was yelling my name. I didn't hear him. I didn't even know I was getting recorded.
I remember that one, yeah.
But he recorded. He actually recorded. It's another video of some Gilligans, like 2 lanes. They in like 2 lanes of traffic on the side of me, speaking low out of a car saying,
All right, I'm going to skip forward because I'm seeing
nothing happened.
From my perspective, there's kind of like a pattern though that I've seen with you where you'll get cool with somebody and then within a certain period of time you'll find a way to sort of like separate yourself and distance yourself from them and talk shit about them. No. And I'm not saying that you didn't have like real complaints about me, because I understand how it could have looked wacky for me to be having Crip Mac on.
Dude, I'm not buying any of this. I'm not going to be able to finish this. It's BS, man. It's fake.
Right after you, given that he was, especially at that time, he's like the big bad anti-Hoover boogeyman that like people were really pissed off about. Like, it seemed pretty controversial for me at the time. Like, everybody think about Crip Mac like a big teddy bear now.
Yeah.
But like at that time, I really thought like, oh, I'm interviewing a dude who has Hoover Killer on his head.
Wait, so now Adam 22 is turned against Crip Mac after Crip Mac blew up his channel for the most part. Now that Crip Mac is no longer a use to him because he's in jail, he's in prison. And ever since then, Melk and Adam's content has not been doing as well. All of a sudden, now, oh, Crip Mac's not what we thought he was. Crip Mac isn't the gangster we thought. Dude, Crip Mac got set up when he was hanging out with China Mac, when he was hanging out with different people that were trying to commercialize him and try to exploit him. That's where everything started to go downhill. But now it's interesting how this discard works, about how he went from love bombing Crip Mac and acting like that's his best friend and using him for his appearance and his exterior. After they got the content and after he's no use, he's now devaluing him. This is like typical psychopathic stuff. Love bomb, discard, devalue.
This is not good. Like, I need to like make sure I keep my distance from this dude, because this dude really is gonna be a target.
Yeah.
Keep his distance from him. He had him on his show multiple times a week. Like, he had him on the show all the way up until the guy went to jail not too long ago. What the hell? That's messed up, man. Like,
but who have I got along with and then not got along with?
Well, the T-rell thing stands out, even though I totally endorse you.
Well, no, that, but me and him been kind of bump heads a little bit, and that's not.
Is Adam about to offer Melk a job? Like,
that's because people be coming after me low key. They be doing all type of weird shit. You feel me? That he don't want me around. He never wanted me around. The person that ain't the real gangbanger, or was never the real gangbanger, never wants to be around.
Melk was in a gang when he was a juvenile, when he was a teenager, up until like 14 or 15. Went to juvenile hall and was no longer in the gang. That's not a true gang banger. I mean, there might be ones that are and were at that age, but Melk was not one of them. He already said before
person that was really in the streets. So it's like a lot of weird shit, and I can't be like biased and not say nothing and not react to it, but that was never my friend. I went and did an episode with him. I don't know him. I didn't know him on the streets. And I got a lot of other people that I deal with, that I still deal with. It's just certain stuff. I mean, you know.
Do you remember how it happened that Crip Mac went on a live stream with Blasey and basically like dissed T-rell and
The Hoovers
on the live stream?
Why does Adam always have to get a big black guy to be a sidekick every single time? So this is the new big black guy sidekick? Like, and these guys that allow themselves to be exploited just to get the little bit of attention and the quick come up. Like, dude, this is such... And the way he swaps these guys out, man.
It seems to be like something going all around the board to me.
But you know what made me realize why T-rell is so cheap with everybody and how he like kind of refuses to pay everybody is because I got people behind.
Now they're just bashing T-rell and he's not there to speak for himself. T-rell, the one who started a rival podcast, who didn't go along with what he wanted. All right. And now they're teaming up against him.
And the scenes who are basically taking a look at his legal situation, and there's a lot of...
Two Caucasian guys who are capitalizing on hip-hop culture are going against the African-American guy who actually does live in an urban area, who left because he felt like he was being exploited, and now they're teaming up against him. No. It's just...
lawsuits that people don't know about. So I feel like every time T-rell makes $1 in his mind, it's like that's going to all this shit. Like there's other lawsuits. So T-rell, you better be careful what you say about me, because I got a stream in my head the many lawsuits of T-rell. We got crazy.
Because he's a psychopath. Adam 22 is a psychopath. He's also in some organizations where, be careful of who you deal with or who you mess with in business. Like, if you're going to sign contracts, you're going to work with somebody, just be careful who you take your deals with.
Like, there's a lot of information that I'm just keeping it like an ace up my sleeve because I don't want to necessarily, blow the whole load in advance. But, bro, like, he has managed to upset a lot of people that he's done business with over the years.
Yeah, I seen one I've seen one on the internet for like 2-some million.
Right.
Or something.
Not to mention, nobody's really gotten to the bottom of the...
Wow, I feel like this is a setup, yo. Like, low key, this is like, they're throwing out so many subliminals. This is dirty, man. All right, we're going to stop it right here. Be careful who you trust, because this is some crazy stuff, man. The whole thing seems a little diabolical, seems planned, seems set up, seems manufactured. And I find it interesting that so much of the focus, just in those little clips that I clicked on, were centered and focused around taking out their rival, taking out someone who they have a beef with. It's just, I don't know, man. Something about that whole thing seems off. After Milk did that little disappearance for a little while, like, it came off like he took some type of a deal or he signed some type of a contract or something felt off when he took that long break like that and then came back and was kind of acting different and didn't seem as dedicated to his channel. I think he sold out. Talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of the day.